Hello there. Great story today. A civil rights champion whose name you don't know has died. We're going to tell you all about her coming up. Hello there again. Welcome to the Harley Carnes podcast, Harley on the headlines. I am personally very glad you're there. That way I don't talk to myself. And a quick reminder as we get started, help, please help spread the word. Send an email to a friend, share the link. That's very powerful. Like, follow, subscribe, that sort of thing. And I will really appreciate it. Now, it is about time that cities that decided to thumb their nose at the law, immigration law in this case, and to actually give sanctuary to lawbreakers are going to face a test. It's going to be a kind of a gut check for them. President Trump is freezing federal funds to the sanctuaries for national trespassers, sanctuary cities. It is just wrong to protect criminals in a nation where we do pass laws to try to be safe and to actually have a nation. And these are laws passed by Congress that they're thumbing their nose at. These are not things that were started by Donald Trump. Want to be a hideout for criminals? Well, do it on your own dime, not everybody else's. The funding cuts start February 1st. Details still to come. Next step on the road of cooperation by Venezuelan authorities. Several Americans who had been imprisoned there have been set free. Venezuela has begun releasing political prisoners from home and from other countries. It's been a trickle, but it is a start. There are hundreds of people in those prisons because they spoke out against the Maduro government. Claudette Colvin has died. Are you scratching your head? Most people have no idea who she was. Well, she was Rosa Parks before Rosa Parks. Colvin was arrested in 1955 for refusing to give up her seat on an Alabama bus to a white woman. That was in March. Rosa Parks did the same thing later that year in December. Parks got the headlines. And Colvin was one of 4 blacks who went to court to challenge bus segregation in Montgomery. She was 86 when she died. Crew 11 on the International Space Station is slated to come home early tomorrow. The plan is to splash down in the Pacific near San Diego as long as the weather is good enough. NASA has still not said which of the 4 crew members has the medical emergency or what it is. Only that medical equipment needed to treat the issue is on the surface, not enough or the right equipment in space. Returning for a medical reason is a first for NASA. Screws everything up for the 3 other astronauts on that team, though. The Muslim Brotherhood is a terrorist organization, and that goes for its branches, too. There's no separating the branches from the tree. You may have heard that in the past. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said, the U.S. will disrupt, dismantle, and defeat terrorist networks wherever they operate. Now, historically, the Muslim Brotherhood was founded in 1928 and set out to make things hard for Jews right away. In the 70s, the Brotherhood said it would renounce violence, but that was just a lie. Pure lip service, since Hamas was founded from it in the 80s and is a branch of the Brotherhood. Hamas claims to be independent of the Muslim Brotherhood, a claim that would be difficult to prove. Now, it is fair to point out the Muslim Brotherhood has done a lot of good things for Muslims, but the undercurrent has always been anti-Israeli, anti-Semitic. A human rights activist from Iran said some powerful things on Fox yesterday, worth paying attention. Masih Alinejad, she's a woman, of course, said the silence of the far left in America as Iranians demonstrate in the streets for freedom is beyond hypocrisy. She said, it is not accidental silence. It is ideological. She said the socialist left can't talk about Iranian suffering because it would expose them, how they sympathize with Islamist terrorism, or terrorists at least. She gave an example. In her country, women have been forced to wear the hijab. They cannot dress as they choose to dress. Neither can women in the Palestinian territories, like Gaza. But people on the political left in America parrot what Hamas says and want to claim the hijab as a symbol of resistance. Ahmadinejad says they just don't get it. Forced hijab wearing is a symbol and a reality of tyranny and terror, the opposite of freedom. She said, when Iranians say free Palestine, they are not saying free Palestine from Israel. Iranians are saying free Palestine from Islamist terrorists like Hamas and the Iranian regime. Ahmadinejad is just the latest freedom activist who lives under the tyranny of Islamist radicals to expose the ignorance of America's bunch of milquetoast, TDS-suffering radical socialists who wind up being supporters of terrorism, all because of politics, on the wrong side of the issue, the wrong side of history, the wrong side of humanity. There is a hunt going on in India. The men with big guns that shoot big tranquilizer darts are looking for an elephant with a very bad attitude. He is a young male elephant with only one tusk. How he lost the other one is not known, but he has definitely developed a dislike for humans. He has killed 20 people so far, mostly by stomping them to pieces. The plan is to shoot him, tranquilize him, and relocate him to a forest where people don't live. That's not as easy as it once was in India to find, which has the largest human population in the world, more than China. That elephant tends to cover about 20 miles per night as he moves through the thick forest. The hunters use drums to send an alert through the forest that they and the killer pachyderm are not far away. The sound of those drums makes a whole village nervous. You know, one of these days, I want to go visit Gander, Newfoundland, in Canada. Some good people live there. When 9/11 happened and airline flights were grounded everywhere, hundreds and hundreds of people found themselves stranded in Gander because that's where the plane landed. They didn't know what they were going to do until the citizens of Gander showed up. They brought their cars and trucks and shuttled all those passengers to the town's hotels. Good Samaritans by the dozens just showed up. Now they've done it again. An Air Canada flight from Montreal to St. John's didn't make it. A winter storm was coating the airliner with freezing rain, and it overwhelmed the plane's anti-icing systems. This is a serious problem, and it had to find a place to land, like now. The pilot landed safely in Gander, and once again, hundreds of people were stuck until the citizens of Gander showed up again. Nearly 25 years later, and they showed up again. A whole new generation was part of it. Cars, trucks, whatever it took to move those people from the airport to the hotels. Must be something in the water, right? But that would be too easy. Clearly, it is something in the hearts of those good people. I want to thank you for joining in today for this podcast, Harley on the Headlines. We are on several platforms. The podcast is growing. I appreciate the help. Cannot do it without you, so please like, follow, subscribe, share the link with anybody. I'm Harley Carnes. We will do it again.